I feel your warm embrace, and I am face to face with love that used to be in a blue and pensive mood. You're gone from me, and only empty space is all I can retrace of love that used to be. You come and go, I never know when you disturb my peace of mind. I feel so low, then up I go to a paradise we left behind.
We march with valiant allies who count on us as we count on them. The flashing eyes of all our soldiers, sailors and airmen must be fixed upon the enemy on their front. The only homeward road for all of us lies through the arch of victory. The magnificent armies of the United States are here or are pouring in. Our own troops, the best trained and best equipped we have ever had, stand at their side in equal numbers and in true comradeship. Leaders are appointed in whom we all have faith. We shall require from our own people here, from Parliament, from the press, from all classes, the same cool, strong nerves, the same toughness of fibre which stood us in good stead in those days when we were all alone under the German Blitz. Britain can take it. She has never flinched or failed. And when the signal is given, the whole circle of avenging nations will hurl themselves upon the foe and batter out the life of the cruelest tyranny which has ever sought to bar the progress of mankind.
Mrs. Jones, is it?
It is.
I'm Thomas Allen. I was a friend of your husband, Di, Mrs. Jones.
Thomas Allen?
I think he may have mentioned me in his letters home to you.
Well, yes. I wasn't expecting anyone, but I suppose you'd better come in then.
So this is all the family, is it?
Yes. That's Michael. He's the image of his father. Afraid we haven't any sugar. You haven't a sweet tooth, have you?
No, just as long as it's wet and hot.
Di didn't want all the fuss, but I'm glad now we had them taken.
Sorry, it's hot.
And wet.
I'm not used to hot tea. That's what it is. It's usually lukewarm and stewed by the time I get it. More like dishwater, really. Mind you, I wouldn't tell the cook that.
Have you come far?
Southampton.
Southampton? You'll be hungry then.
No, I'm fine. Off to my auntie in Newport. Plenty of room, you know.
It's dark and it's a fair walk to the station.
I'll be fine.
Di did talk a lot about you in his letters home.
Aye, he was a good friend.
Were you with him?
When he died? Yes. A good many friends have died before and since. All good men. Wherever Di is now, he'll be in good company.
It's just I'd hate to think of him suffering.
He didn't suffer.
You know, he didn't have to go. To war, I mean. In being a farmer, like. Vital to the war effort, they said. But we didn't get on, see? Never did. Always arguing and fighting we were. He said he'd sooner face Hitler than me, so off he went. If we hadn't have argued, he'd still be here now. So, there it is.
He always spoke highly of you.
Of me? Would have been a fine day if he had. Di was a good father, though. I can't take that from him. He loved Michael more than me, or life itself. Yes. When I got the telegram, I knew Michael had lost a good father. He'll miss him.
Di gave me these. One's for you, the other's for Michael. When he's old enough to understand.
Thank you.
I know he would have wanted you to have this.
It's his wedding ring.
He asked me to give this to Michael.
Then you'd better give it to him. He's upstairs in bed.
Oh, is he not well, like?
Don't worry, it's not catching. School-lightus, I call it. Here, pass me your coat, I'll warm it by the fire.
Michael, I'm a friend of your father's.
Is he here?
No, Michael.
But he told me he would be here. He promised.
I know. When you're older, you'll understand.
Mother said he's gone to heaven. Is heaven far away?
It's over many hills, Michael. Hills that I still have to climb, and hills that you learn to climb as you get older. Pull up the blankets now. We don't want you catching a cold before you even start now, do we, eh?
Is it warm, heaven?
Well, it's not as warm as the other place. Just right, I'd say.
Other place?
Only the bad people go there. If you're as good and brave as your father, then you'll go to heaven just like him.
Will I see him there?
Yes,
And Mother will come too?
yes. But you must love your mother, Michael. Grow up to be big and strong and love her with all your heart. Will you promise me that?
I promise.
Love is precious. Remember that. Your father gave me this for you.
For me?
Yes. There now. I said your father was brave, didn't I? Michael's asleep.
He'll wake up soon enough when there's tea on the table.
It is a grand photograph.
I hated it. Never liked having his picture taken. Couldn't sit still for more than 2 seconds.
Ah, that was Di, all right. Always on the go.
Have you pictures of your family?
No. No. I haven't any family to keep pictures of, really. Apart from my aunt in Newport, of course. She's got the moustache. She looks more like an uncle, really. My mother died when I was young, see, and I hated my father. Brute he was. I never had any brothers or sisters. Di was the nearest to a brother I ever had.
Will you be in Newport long?
2 days, then back to Southampton, then God knows where. It's all very hush-hush, like. I'll be the last to know, that's for sure.
Did I tell you what was in my letter?
No.
Then I think you'd better read it.
I don't know what to say, Mrs. Jones. I always talked about you. We talked about you a lot. I feel I know you, but this?
Looking after Michael and tending the farm will be hard on my own, like Di says. I suppose an extra pair of hands.
But me living here. You, Mrs. Jones. Under the same roof, sharing everything. People will talk.
Let them. Let them talk as much as they like. See if I care.
But I hardly know you, Mrs. Jones.
You just said you did.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. This has all come as a bit of a shock.
Now, don't you go fretting over nothing. Michael and me have managed so far.
It's true, I have done some farming, and this is a farm. And you are on your own, like.
I'm sure Di would understand, if you thought better of it.
I bet you're having a right good laugh about this. Always quick with a joke, weren't you, Di boy?
Would you like another cup of tea?
No, thanks. If you've something stronger, it wouldn't go amiss.
Of course, if things get too hard, I could always sell the farm.
Sell? Sell? No, I wouldn't have wanted you to do that, girl. He loved this place. It would break his heart if you were to sell it. I could always get a room in the village, I suppose, and work here during the day, like.
Well, if that's what you wanted, I'm sorry, I must look aside, what with you calling and Michael being...
No, I didn't mean... No, what I mean is... You're a very handsome woman, Mrs. Jones. Any man will be proud to... No, what I mean is... I don't know what I mean.
I suppose the other thing Di mentioned would be out of the question.
Other thing?
That we should wed.
Sorry, wed, you mean... marry?
You didn't read the letter?
Yes, but I don't think I quite read that far.
Bit of a slow reader then, are you? No matter. You can read it later. You've probably other plans. Someone else waiting.
Yes, well, no, I can't think of anyone at the moment.
I'm sorry?
I said I couldn't think of anyone else, not at the moment, like.
Oh, I see.
You'd want to marry me, like?
You rub your neck much harder, you'll rub it off.
You didn't answer my question, Mrs. Jones.
Michael needs a father, and as for the cottage, well, it's not much to look at now, but
Perhaps if I could read the rest of Di's letter. Perhaps if I knew your feelings.
You listen to me now, Thomas Allen. You go to Newport, then go fight your damn war. But return home safe. And when you do...
And when I do?
It'd be a comfort to know you'd return here.
Making plans, any plans, is difficult at the moment, like the thought of you.
Michael and I will pray for your safe return.
I don't know what to say, Mrs. Jones. How fenny cyffwrdd a dwi'n ebdi.
Cyffwrdd a fi.
My dearest son, my spirit will live in whoever stands there. So do not call me, do not seek me, do not wish me back. We are on a course uncharted. Fire and blood erase our track. On we fly on wings of thunder, nevermore to sheathe our swords. All of us in battle, fallen, not to be brought back by words. My dearest son, will we ever rendezvous? I know not, for I must wing this endless flight. We are sun grains in infinity, never to meet, never more see life. So farewell then, my son. Farewell then, my conscience, my youth, and my solace. And let this farewell be the end of a story of solitude vast, than which none is more lonely. Dearest son, do not mourn this day. For today I want the world to be beautiful and bright. So as I step back from the window which frames that joyous view, beneath the tree where I held you, in those seedling fields, I can picture myself with you. I will dream of you still as a baby, treading the earth with little strong toes. That earth where my love for you lays buried. These words to my son then have come to their close.